Okay, so this is a variation of Naya Winota. Winota here referring to Winota, Joiner of Forces. Naya referring to this 3-color combination of red, white, and green. As always, I like to point out when we play a deck that's a viewer-submitted list is while this is one of the many archetypes you can find up on my website on the historic section, this is not my preferred iteration. You can always find my preferred iteration of archetypes at any given point on my site. So this build is explicitly trying some things that feel like they are worth trying. So we've got some Fauna Shaman here as an additional way to kind of find Winota more consistently, which seems interesting. And then we've elected for an all-creature main deck, so we get to play the Collector here as an additional threat. The fact that Collector makes our creatures cheaper seems as like a nice way to be able to ramp to Marauders consistently. One thing this deck is not doing that I found I do like in the preferred build on my site is this build does have less acceleration overall, though. So the build on my site actually has 8 accelerants. It's got 2 Arboreal Grazers and 2 Paradise Druids in here as well, so you can get to your 3s and 4s a little bit faster, more consistently. Postboard, we do have some non-creature removal in the sideboard, especially for the mirror. You're at a pretty big disadvantage if you don't have access to Redcap Melee, so in mirror matches, we're going to give up our Collector for that. Ancient Ziggurat here, the big gain in this deck and many aggressive creature decks in HA3. So in this all-creature build, we've got the full 4 of them. I think I only put 2 or 3 in the one on my website, which I think is fine because there's some things like Domri in that build, but in this build that's all creatures main, I think 4 is definitely right. Let's go ahead and pop on into some matches here with this one and see if we can run some folks down. Shout out to everybody today that's tried the raid sponsor, by the way. For people that didn't catch it, if you're just joining us today, if you are someone who's not currently subbed to the channel and you check out the raid sponsor as a thank you for playing through the tutorial, I'll gift you a sub to the channel. Just drop me a message in chat after you see your name pop up in the corner and you'll get a sub gifted this evening. After I'm offline. The Maze's End deck was not very good. Maze's End felt like it was worse than Field of the Dead as a win condition, and we just got run down by aggro even without that consideration. It seems okay. Having Haktos and Marauders in the opener kind of sucks, but I'm hard-pressed to pass up all 3 colors, plus Elf, plus Vanguard, plus Winota. Like these 2 cards aside, this 5 is very good. I think Dimstar was playing Jundlerist the other day. Could also be Grixis Breach, though. We'll see what colors they play. The Jundlerist deck is one I really need to get up on my website. Looks like Grixis Breach, probably, or Grixis Luris. Not guaranteed to be Breach, I suppose. You think, at a bare minimum, WotC should review the ban list for formats every quarter? Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Hey, sweet. Okay, so probably not Breach. Some Dorat, the perfect pet here. Maybe some kind of Grixis tempo deck. Second Elf here is actually a very good draw, because it's another threat I can play out this turn, and the next turn I'm going to get to play Winota and attack and trigger her twice. Yep, Dimstar is a sub. Wow! Well, first off, how dare you? You believe the nerve? Interacting with me? Interaction in my magic? What is this? You're not supposed to interact in this game? What even is historic? My opponent's playing interaction? It just ain't right, chat. It just ain't right. And we'll get to see here if our fair game plan is going to be enough to win the game. They're missing on land drops, so even without Winota, we're looking to be in a pretty good spot here. Someone, whoever completed the tutorial, thanks for that, I appreciate it. If it doesn't share, I'm not sure what causes it to not share a name, but if it doesn't share your name when you complete the tutorial, I'm going to need to have you DM me your picture or something too. If your name doesn't match your Twitch account that you're looking to get the gift to. Alright, that was a pretty good one. 14 you. Collector looking very, very good there. I'm not convinced that Fauna Shaman is great in this deck, but Collector was great there. Collector was quite excellent. Yeah, if they're very similar but not exact, that's good enough. Close enough to figure it out is good enough. Is this a matchup where I want to lose my companion to gain removal? I'm not sure that it is. Cleric could maybe be fine because it blocks their flyer for a turn or two, and it also can exile their graveyard before they lure something back. Fauna Shaman probably just dies frequently. Let's make that swap. I think the Naya Winota deck is very good. I would be very surprised if Naya Winota doesn't have at least one strong finish this weekend. I'm on the draw and I'm up a game. YOLO. I will not burn wild cards at Handgrasp Marauder. I will not burn wild cards at Handgrasp Marauder. I mean, if you're looking to ladder, I think this deck's a great choice for laddering. The Collector seems like the fair playing banner, and Fauna Shaman doesn't want you to play fair, so I'm not sure they play nice together. Yeah, that's a reasonable observation, I think, Beetle. So, this is a very common misunderstanding, let's talk lunch, about companions. So, when the wording on companions that say starting deck, that refers to the deck at the start of the game, not your deck at the start of the match. You do lose your companion if you fail to meet the requirements in the post-board games. So they'll be just relegated to your sideboard and not be a card you can cast. Yeah, I agree. The word game should be included. The word game should be included in that detail. Big agree. I think they could have missed a lot of unnecessary confusion. And honestly, missing something like that makes me feel like they probably don't have enough people looking at their designs who are far enough removed from them in the design process. Like, I feel like catching something like that would be easy if you're just like, okay, here's the companion mechanic. What do you think about this? Like, you know, once they have it fully designed. That is a super common misconception with the mechanic as a whole. Gross. I do not think we're gonna beat Lurrus plus deadweight. Oh, wait, I have Cleric, right? Okay, Cleric does it. I'm dumb. And then we're only 1 mana off of Maraudering next turn, which is nice. And if we hit a land, if it's not Forest, we can probably play Haktos. Need to draw some lands or some good action here. Okay. Please roll 4. Yes! Magic is an incredibly skill-based game that is low variance and the better player always wins. In case anyone was wondering. Another untapped land, please. For those of you that are wondering what you can do to get better with this deck at home, if you're playing it tomorrow or on the ladder, I'd encourage you to practice your Haktos variants. Getting very skilled at Haktos, coming up on the right number, is really important to doing well with this deck. Get good. Thought the key was winning the die roll. No, that's the key to best of one. To everybody out there hoping to compete in the best of one open that WotC is hosting on the 30th, practice your die rolls. Good games, Dimstar. Good luck in the rest of your laddering today. Haktos was very fortunate to roll what we needed there. The key is to play bot matches until you get 2 to 3 bad rolls out of the way. That way the cumulative variance will carry with you over to the ladder. See, there's the big brain play right there. Andrew understands how rigged the shuffler is. Ooh, Laturi. All right, I would just like to say hats off to our opponent. Our opponent's username is It Statistician, and their companion is Laturi the Spellchaser. So unlike when you play against someone whose username is like Jund Guy and they go Hallowed Fountain on one, our opponent is an honest individual. Our opponent is an honest individual. They ain't here to lie to us or anybody else. Legion Warboss is busted though, chat, for anybody who's wondering. I think we're gonna bring in some Ceratops against the Izzet. I'm having the strangest sense of deja vu with this hand, chat. Yeah, they have the Rail avatar too. Love it. If you're looking for a Laturi deck, we actually played a blue-red Laturi deck in Historic, and it was quite reasonable. Can find that one up on my YouTube channel. Jund Guy always go to Hallowed Fountain on one because he's a tryhard that understands Jund hasn't been good in Modern for a decade. I mean, to be fair, Hallowed Fountain hasn't been good in Modern in a long time either. Credit where credit is due. Yeah, this uncommon has an animation. Ulamog does not. They clicked the wrong Elf Companion, right? That's true. If you pay for the premium Godzilla arts, you also don't get an animation. I'm not sure Wizards really understands how to appropriately monetize the whales with some of the decisions they make. Yeah, Umori providing an accelerant for Marauders has been super relevant. Fauna Shaman has yet to really do anything, but the Collector's been good so far. Even just being another threat's been good. I'm really glad I don't have a deck. I'm really glad I don't have a deck queued up yet for Sparky, because otherwise we'd have queued into so many Sparky matches by now. Alright, this hand needs to draw some lands, but if it draws lands 3-4, it's very good. And with the addition of Ziggurat, all of our lands are untapped here. How is Mazes? And it was not good, Zach. Was not good. Not gonna sugarcoat it. Mitsu, thanks for completing the raid tutorial. I appreciate the support. Just 11 more there. And then just to be clear, for the sake of my wallet, my offer to gift subs to non-subs for doing the raid tutorial closes out when we hit that 250 mark. Because that's my last incentive mark for this campaign. I'm so tired of getting Sparky on the ladder. If you're optimistic for new sweet decks in Historic, though, we started today with black-red goblins, and black-red goblins felt genuinely reasonable. So if you're looking for a sweet deck, black-red goblins could be the one. If we hit a land tier, we could kill them next turn. So did I say goblins? I was looking at a goblin. I meant zombies. We played zombies this morning. Black-red zombies. Wee! My Winota. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Be-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Be-do-do-do-do-do. Wow! We are unlucky. Wow! 18 shots at a thing and miss. That's fine. That's fine. If they sweep us, we're still okay. You'll notice that I elected to re-roll my protection from 2. Wow! Solar Blaze! Wow! If I'd have kept the other Haktos, they would have died. If I'd have kept the other Haktos, they would have died. I wanted to play around Seal Away and Justice Strike, and we got 420 blazed it, chat. Holy crap. Yikes. Well, that's a card to keep on my mind for future turns. Alright, and we're dead. So, we needed to hit this or have them not have the sweeper, and we missed and they had the sweeper. It's just how it goes. So anyways, I came in and I was blasting. Pretty sure we want some Ruinblasters here. I don't want all 4 of the knights. I apologize for the lack of professionalism. Hey, Kugastu, thanks for checking out the raid sponsor. I appreciate that. Drop me a message. Let me know if you'd like a gifted sub to someone or to bump something in the queue. And like, I feel like that game's a good example of how reasonable this matchup can be. Like, they had Baffling End into a sweeper, and we still had draws to kill them, and they needed Luca on top of that. And if we'd been a little bit more fortunate, they wouldn't have had those outs. Shatter kills Yori and Blaze doesn't kill it, sure. You haven't lost yet when you draw Thalia against Luca. Sure, yeah, Thalia seems really good here. Like, if this was a Thalia, we'd be a lot better off. I'm not convinced this card's playable. My jury is out on this one. Darth Clyde Frog, thanks for the tip, I appreciate it. For Luris Explorer, please, sounds good. That'll get into the deck queue at the end of the day. So anyways, I came in and I was blasting. Endo, thanks for 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Babes, thanks for completing the raid tutorial. I appreciate you checking out the sponsor. Yeah, Ruinblaster's real good. If Jeskai is going to be more popular, I could see playing 4 of this card. I could see playing 4 of that card being super reasonable. I'm going to do this because it doesn't die to Solar Blaze, and it means if I draw a land, I get to Angrath Marauders next turn. How does Spellbreaker feel in this list? Spellbreaker is okay. Oh, you're right. I should have played Fauna Shaman, right? Because if they didn't sweep, I could have Fauna Shaman into Winota next turn. Yeah, it's a good observation. And then I missed. Yeah, I deserve to lose this. So we would have like almost assuredly killed them here, right? If we would have put the Fauna Shaman into play. Hey, babes. Thanks for finishing the raid tutorial. Appreciate that. Snowboard Maniac. Thanks for the 2 months. I assume they're going to trade... Wow, they didn't Baffling End the Fauna Shaman. Seems like a really big mistake. They definitely should have given me a 3/3 for my Fauna Shaman. You done messed up, opponent. You done messed up. Now, I do have 2 Marauders in my hand, so there is a chance we don't find one here. Wow, and then we hit both of them in there? That's so awkward. Are they still dead? Hopefully they're still dead. I think they're still dead. Because they can't block this, right? This is protection for everything other than 2. This is 12. And then just one other thing has to get through. Yeah, they're dead. Alright, so missed lethal a turn earlier. Ended up not getting punished. That's nice. Opponent also punted back by not killing my Fauna Shaman, though. So, you know, sometimes you play soccer instead of Magic. Shaman did a thing. Yep. Shaman did a thing. I think I'm happy with how he boarded. Let's run it back. Very easy mulligan here. No cheap plays. 2 Marauders in the opener. Easy keep. Turn 2 Legion Warboss. Justice Strike is very good. I agree, Bob. Big agree. Ziggurat showing why it was a meaningful upgrade to this archetype. Alright, do you have a Clarion? Have an Aether Gust or a Justice Strike here. Okay. Alright, so that happened. Sure. Hopefully they're dead. Come on! Come on! Hit me, dealer! Alright, there we go. Perfect. The old turn 3 you. Rats! Rats! They have blockers. I am still giving some points to the raid thing. Just drop me a message and I'll get them added after, Dave. Yes, Winota effectively giving herself haste there. Unfortunately, the opponent's going to get to untap and Solar Blaze us here. And then we're probably dead. I think if they have Solar Blaze here, we're pretty unlikely to win from this position. Yep. They just get to go like land, Yori, and Blink Omen of the Sun here. 80 cards, 100% consistency. Yep. Yep. Pretty much. Solar Blaze better than Shatter the Sky. So, the gimmick with Solar Blaze is Solar Blaze does not kill your Yorion, is the gimmick behind it. Oh, that's a huge punt. That's a huge... I guess it didn't matter. It doesn't kill Agent either. Okay, fair. So anyways, I came in and I was blasting. We should put 4 of this card in our deck, probably. It's very good against these Jeskai decks. Any chance grabbing Haktos last turn was better? The problem with grabbing Haktos is that grabbing Haktos allowed them... Grabbing Haktos would allow them to destroy... Grabbing Haktos would allow them to destroy or to kill our 4/5 in combat for free. It's like marginally better against Solar Flare, but I don't think that's against Solar Blaze, but I don't think that's the reason. I'm playing scared of Omen of the Sun here because next turn I can get Winota and attack with these two, so I think that's better rather than potentially running this into Omen of the Sun tokens. I get Luca here and die. Shark also not good for us there, yep. Alright, I think I want some more Ruinblasters, and I think I want some Thalias. The Luca deck is very good. Whether or not it's also tier 0 in this format is something we're going to have to wait and see. But there's a non-zero chance that it's also tier 0 in this format. Let's trim around the edges here a little bit. Like, our opponent never even cast Timely Reinforcements that game. So, like, the fact that they felt it necessary to give that archetype Timely Reinforcements too is kind of offensive. I think questions like that are pointless, Rodzilla, because they don't exist, so there's not worth exploring. Alright, triple Bonecrusher. Good against Mono Red here. I think that's too optimistic, Panicon. I genuinely feel like the people who make ban list decisions at Wizards of the Coast view having to ban cards as a failure state, and they'd rather avoid doing it in all formats at all costs. I feel like they view banning cards as like this incredible last resort, when I would prefer they view it as just another tool in their toolbox. Hey, Allison, thanks for checking out the Raid sponsor. Be sure to drop me a DM and let me know if you'd like a sub gifted somewhere or to bump something in the deck queue. I don't know if they view unbannings as a failure state so much as it's something they just don't think about. That view on bans is not unreasonable. Disagree. Disagree. It is completely unreasonable to view bans as an utter failure as opposed to a tool in your toolbox in a game like Magic the Gathering that has as many variables as a game like Magic the Gathering has. It is literally impossible to accurately predict everything that's going to happen, especially in card pools with deeper formats like Historic, Modern, Pioneer, Legacy. The Man Anti, thanks for taking the time to complete the raid tutorial. Appreciate the support. Correct. Hearthstone, literally every game that doesn't have its arm tied behind its back due to a paper component regularly adjusts cards, and it's something that's super reasonable and expected to have happen at different points throughout the seasons. Bans are banned when the game is so expensive. Lukewarm take, the same company that makes the bans can also make the game cheaper. Yeah, that was one of the biggest things Hex failed at doing, I think, Boomer. Hex did a lot right, but not adjusting card text was one of the things they messed up at. Yes, I agree with that, Potter Ghost Gaming. I think that's something Mythgard does as well. That was one of the digital card games I played recently that I really like. The ability to scale up the power level on cards that are too weak is also something really good that they're able to do. And that's not something Magic could do without viewing into erratas, right? Having that as a tool to balance things is really powerful. I feel like we have what we need to win this match if we can just survive to cast it. We're just so choked on mana we could get burned out. Hey, Simished. Thanks for taking the time to complete the raid tutorial. Appreciate the support. Untapped green source here that doesn't hurt us is great. If we can avoid getting burned out here, I like our chances of winning. Dead to 2 3-pointers here. The Collector getting burn spelled here feels like an incredible win for us. That seems just like everything I would like to have happen. If they attack, I'm blocking. Zan's getting double 3-pointered. I think we're going to win this game, which is why I was so surprised when they pointed Wizard Lightning at my creature instead of my face. That was probably a bit of a miss on their part. Alright, let's try and close this game out. I'm going to go Bonecrusher plus Thalia this turn. We're not out of the woods yet. Depending on what's in their hand, they could definitely kill us next turn. Yeah, this has been a deck that's been running around the constructed events too. For a little bit. It's a port of the idea of a deck that's existed in Pioneer and stuff like that since the companions have been printed. All right, screw beats flood. Pretty traditional Magic theory on display right there. Here's an interesting question. Is always having my 4/5 for 4 better than these? Probably not. I think the 4/5 for 4 comes into my deck, though. Like, I think this is a matchup where the stat line on this is, like, just good enough to have. It's a matchup where Legion Warboss definitely comes out. Sure, about Fauna Shaman and a Haktos, maybe. I want to leave these in, so this way when I have Winota, I can high roll. Do we cut Adanto? Maybe we do cut Adanto. Grizzly Bears is probably better. Oh, I have Knights of Autumn. Let's bring those in. Leave Haktos. Let's try this. For our afternoon crowd who wasn't here earlier, you're a hero. You're a hero in your own right if you like or retweet that Twitter status. Readily perfect. Unless you were Simist or Mad Anti, I don't think so. Maybe not quite all the way through it yet. You been having fun with Black Red Zombies. Glad to... Is there a camera in my room? Is Ashton Kutcher about to pop out? Because I'm feeling punked, chat. I'm feeling punked. I clicked Mulligan, right? Definitely clicked Mulligan. Okay, I was doubting myself there for a second. I was like, did I misclick? Or like, what's going on here? Ah, yes, a 7-drop. Perfect. I just got a request to opt into the Artifact 2.0 beta, and so the second fall begins. Listen, chat. To set an incredibly low bar, I am confident that Artifact Redux will be better than Artifact the First. I am fully confident in saying that Artifact 2, the Electric Boogaloo, shall be less bad than the first one. I feel like that is something I can safely surmise. What are they changing? Hopefully everything. If everything isn't an option, it should be. They're going to go up to 8 game boards. See, that's just smart. That's just smart. I live in America, and more is better. So 8 game boards sounds perfect. As someone who spent $150 buying a full set of Artifact cards in Artifact 1.0, I'm going to give Artifact 2 a chance because I'm marginally pot committed at some point. Hopefully they deliver on their $1 million first place prize tournament that I was promised. Because that's why I spent $150. I was going to play in that. Or try to qualify for that. I was lied to, chat. Sunk cost fallacy. My costs aren't sunk. Your costs are sunk. Flame of Keld. Nice. WJMJR, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Been these Marauders. My Winota. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Pew do 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 do. Pew do do do. Whoo! Pew do 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 do. Pew do do. Pew do 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 do. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. Smoke 'em If you got them. Light them up. They're on fire. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Do, 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 do. Shaman's been very good at converting our otherwise uncastable 7-drops into something useful. Why is it pre-select bot match after every game now? Sparky, so Sparky's been lonely, and Sparky was complaining to the devs that people don't play with him enough. So the devs tried to rekey it so people queue into games with Sparky on occasion. They're just trying to do their best to do Sparky a solid. They're saying you need to work on your fundamentals. It doesn't point me to Sparky. I wonder if there's Kent's not the first person to say that it wasn't working for them either. It wasn't doing that to them. I wonder if there's some kind of issue with like config files that are stuck with the most recent update that are causing that. It only happens with the historic queue for you. Interesting. It does it for best of 3, but not best of 1. Also, by the way, as a general announcement... No, I'm actually on Windows again, Kent. Actually streaming from Windows. As a general... This is about to come as shock and awe to all of you. But apparently, the historic direct challenge option that Wizards added in this patch has a multitude of bugs. So we will still be using the limited tournament mode challenge option for the open tomorrow. So for those, so we're going to make an announcement about that just so it's clear. But tomorrow's tournament will still be using the limited mode for direct challenge. I'll put it in my notes for the player meeting. Yeah, it's a good thing to mention. I agree, Matty. If you're having issues with MTG Melee still, please refresh your browser and potentially clear the cache. If you have issues after that, please ask for help in the Ask the TO section of the Discord. All deck list submitting issues should be sorted as of like an hour ago. Thalia, not nearly as useful once they have fires down, but it is what it is. Why is everybody playing Luca? Because I think there's a good chance it's also a tier 0 deck in this format, Bob. We're gonna need some data, but I think there's a good chance it's also tier 0 here. Yeah, they get to take 2 of our things here, right? Although Haktos is still lethal, right? Not quite, because they get to blink Omen. So Haktos is attacking for 6 unblockable, but Omen of the Sun puts them up to 8. Bonecrusher's lethal then? Okay, so Haktos plus Bonecrusher kills them. You gonna get to steal here? You have any Historic Anthology 3 base card punch for the player meeting? I'll have Matthew work on that. I'll have to have Matthew work on that. Oh, they get to steal my Legion Warboss and block my thing. Because why wouldn't that happen? Why wouldn't that be a thing? Alright, we get to kill this and then smack them to... Oh, it's fucking tapped. Alright, I'm gonna concede the match and play a different one. I'm gonna count that as a W for us and go to the next one. Vima Pele, thanks for the tutorial. Completing the raid tutorial, I appreciate the support. The matchup's just very frustrating. It's fine. It's fine. It's like Nexus of Fate, where even when you're winning, it's just not fun. Honestly, I'd rather play against Nexus of Fate than Luca. Nexus of Fate has better... Yeah, I'm gonna blame Arena. If it was in paper, the card would have been fully tapped, and I had never made that mistake. Exactly. Matt gets it. In Nexus of Fate, at least we have better cards to attack it. With the Luca deck, there really aren't good cards that let you attack it. Yeah, I like them less than the other arts I already have. Orgy. I don't need multiple artworks for all my cards. Could mono blue be good against it? Probably not. They play 4 Teferi. Correct. I agree. At this point, just listen. The arena ladder is basically worthless in terms of value anyways. Just concede to the Jeskai Luca decks when you queue into them if you don't like playing against them. And in all honesty, conceding to them will boost their win rate, which will hopefully encourage Wizards of the Coast to do something about it. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all I got. I would recommend playing Jeskai, or playing Naya, if you're having a hard time against Mono Blue with this archetype. This card's really good against Mono Blue. This card is really, really good against Mono Blue. I don't really know what this opponent is doing. They have like Yorion and made me discard. Maybe they're a control deck. I'm gonna bring in 2 Ceratops and 2 Blasters for now and call it a day. Bauer Steam, thanks for the 7-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I don't think there's a good reason to play Red White Winota in this format. I think you should just play Naya, play the Accelerants, play the Ceratops. Sure, Thalia's good against Mono Blue too. That's definitely true. I think this deck is likely competitive against Luca. I also think that the Luca deck is a deck where even when you're competitive against it, it can still suck to play against. Those two things aren't mutually exclusive. Yeah, I'm interested. I hope people play the Luca deck in the open tomorrow. I would like to see how it does. Will open decks hurt a deck like Luca? If anything, I actually think open deck list helps control decks more than anything. So I would expect Luca to be better with open deck lists. Yeah, KL / the Wizards, the best raid starter, Icy Ice. If you think it's a game that you'll enjoy playing, he's definitely the pick. He'll get you through the most content. Maybe I'm supposed to Fauna Shaman there. Yeah, good Luca players will use open deck lists to know when they can't keep hands without a sweeper. So if we draw any creature next turn, Fauna Shaman can turn it into Winota. Most of the good builds of Luca, I think, are playing a Fun of Nexus. It's probably a pretty big free roll. I'd rather play against Nexus because Nexus gives me more counterplay. There's more good silver bullets. What's the opportunity cost of playing Umori in Winota? The Winota list on my website plays 4-mana Domri in the main, which is a card that's pretty reasonable at grinding and finding your Winota. For 4-mana Domri. Ratchet Bomb is good against Luca to a degree. The problem is that, like, it's still just a good control deck, and, like, they just get to try again next turn. So, like, if you use Ratchet Bomb to clear their tokens, there's nothing stopping them from just, like, playing another token and Lucaing again the following turn. Sure, but, like, you're saying there it's good in a situation where you're keeping Luris in play, and if you're keeping Luris in play, you're probably winning already, because, again, that means they're not hitting their sweepers and stuff. These decks are good not because they're not one-trick ponies. There are some of their parts, and all of their parts let them attack in a lot of different ways. Hey, Delinquent. Delinquent, that's a great username. All right, should have baited him. Confusion is bliss. Thanks for the 15 months. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday wherever you're at in the world. So keeping me around. Conflict Diamond. Thanks for the brand new Prime Support. Welcome to Oglandia. Easiest mulligan of my life. This hand's also a mulligan, I think. Not only, yeah, just missing colors of mana and no accelerants. Yeah, I think you could make an argument for keeping that. I think you can make an argument for keeping my 5-card hand and hoping to draw a second land. Yeah, sometimes they just kill you with sharks. That's so unfortunate. Mulligan to 4, missed your 3rd land drop. Feels magic, man. Hey, Jackie and Greason. Thanks for finishing the raid tutorial. I appreciate the support. Drop me a DM and let me know if you'd like a gifted sub or to bump something in the queue. Thank you. Stupid bot match, man. Stupid bot match. 247. 3 more. 3 more. Red the Red, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Atlanta. Are you looking forward to casting more than one Jeskai mirror tomorrow? Well, unless one of the nice things about these Jeskai decks is they don't tend to go long because they're basically pseudo combo decks. And I'm not Wizards of the Coast. I'm not Star City Games. I'm not looking to follow particular players around my tournament. So we're 100% going to be picking feature matches based on what the matchups are. So we can pick and choose what we want to feature and what we don't. Icy Ice, thanks for finishing the raid tutorial. I appreciate that. 2 more spots. So we hit our final goal on that one. Thanks to everybody in the community that helped me promote that. Awkward that we have Forest with Haktos, but at least it casts Collector. Honestly, maybe because I have Haktos, I'm supposed to bottom Haktos, keep the Marauders, because Umori ramps to it. I mean, like, to a degree, following specific players makes sense for, like, what they're looking to do, I guess, but I don't know. I'd rather pick things out based on what decks people are playing. And one of the really great things about our tournament being double elimination is I just get to look at the whole tournament every round because everybody still playing in the tournament is still live to win the tournament. Thoughts on Umori versus Domri? Don't really have any. I would recommend playing with both and getting a better feel for it. My sample size here just isn't large enough. Yeah, I was really happy during the last open. We asked players to just go live with their games if they were running longer into the round, and we basically got to have a constant flow of content throughout the entire course of the event, which was awesome. Had very, very little downtime in the second open. Hopefully we can emulate that again. For people that are playing in the open this weekend and you've not played in previous ones, how it works is each round we pick 3 feature matches, which are players that we have both sides. It is not optional for the feature matches to broadcast their stuff to Discord. They get assigned to their own appropriate channels. And then everybody else who's not one of those feature matches, we ask that it's optional for you to share your screen. And if we get through all the feature matches, we jump down to other people who are streaming. I think I'm just going to hope for no sweeper or no land here. Yeah, I don't know, Superly. I don't really have good metrics. I'm sure they do too, but like, my gut says like, I'm better off following interesting decks than following storylines. And again, this is just another one of the many offensive things this card does. They get to sweep my board at instant speed now, right? They get to block this and then shatter me. It's just super rough. And like we might have a shot here thanks to Adanto Vanguard, but it's definitely not a guarantee. They're at 9. If we peel a land next turn, we get to Marauders, and then attack with 2 6-power Vanguards effectively. All right, if we find a land here, we get to force a jump block. Pretty sure I'm paying 4 to deal 3 to them, especially with Haktos here. Oh, you know what? This is a free attack probably, right? Yeah, I should attack with Llanowar Elves there. The green-black reanimator deck wasn't very competitive. Was not linear enough or interactive enough to feel competitive in the format. Avoid a dud further. And see, I'd actually argue the opposite. The earlier rounds are your easiest chances to get something sweet on stream that people otherwise wouldn't be playing. Yeah, we also won the die roll though, Percy, which was a pretty instrumental. Like aggro deck up against control deck on the, because we were on the play. We were like on the play and had Thalia on the play. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of fixing things that aren't broken, Seth, so as long as Matt's happy doing coverage with me, I'm going to keep doing coverage with him. He and I work well together. The Ulamog deck, I believe, was the favorite deck tag for yesterday. As always, you can find my favorites from each stream on my website here. Another good way, if you're interested to find out if a deck was okay or worth watching if you don't want to watch the whole thing, I always do my wrap-up segments at the end of each video. So it's usually pretty easy to jump to like the last 3 to 5 minutes of a video and see what Past Jeff has to say about the deck he just got done playing. I think I want Blasters and Ceratops. I'm going to trim the third Fauna Shaman here. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people that are interested in Historic now that we've got the Mythic Invitational coming up. Especially the folks like Croakies that have got a good chance of getting a special invite to something like that. How is the green deck today? The ramp deck wasn't very good. Did not feel particularly consistent or impressive. Past Jeff's a good guy on occasion. He doesn't always muck it up. Only sometimes. Past Jeff only sometimes mucks it up.
That didn't pan out. Trust me, I have a plan.
Little bit of an oopsie here on Kent's part. Didn't let my goblin trigger happen.
Time for plan B. Let's try this.
Now that I'm subbed, I wanted to say top-notch work in the last open. It was super fun to watch and looking forward to this one. Thanks, Tally Hall. I appreciate it. Okay, so I think the plan here is so we come in blasting. Yeah, probably another 20 minutes to a half hour at this one. Probably one more match after this.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
I think I'm supposed to do this so I can Winota next turn. It's tempting to want to Stone Rain them again, but I think I want to set up for as big of a Winota turn as possible this turn. We can avoid getting Aether Gusted. We should have a pretty good time. I guess I could have Disdainful Stroke as well. Stamp It, thanks for the 16 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Thalia. Thalia's been very, very good in this matchup. I think I'm gonna add some Thalias to the list on my website. Probably dead. They've got Teferi. Teferi coming back next turn. Off the Conqueror's Death.
I am not going to sit this one out.
I guess I still get to... I guess if they don't have another instant speed interaction with this, they can bounce one of my things, and then I Winota plus replay it, and I'm okay. And if our Winota triggers high roll, we could still win.
I've got it.
Yeah, we've been competitive here, right? And like this was a game where we got double shattered to start as well, right? If we draw a land next turn, we get to blast them plus play second Winota.
I've got time.
All right, come on. Untapped land, let's go. Untapped land, let's go. And I think we still just do this plus Winota here. I just want 4 triggers. Hey, survey says indestructible Thalia. My Winota. Do 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 do. Pew, 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 pew. I don't think they're quite dead, huh? I don't think they're quite dead. God bless America! My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing.
Don't worry. I got it.
Please be dead. Please be dead. Please be dead. Bonecrusher's not in my deck. It's a post-board game. Wow. That was close. I don't know what you're talking about. We were like clenched at like every turn that game. Huh? I feel like I liked what this build was doing. I feel like I might update the list on the site to just be what this is. Like, Fauna Shaman was fine at multiple points. Thalia felt great. For Vanguard in the main felt right. I like kind of want more ramp creatures, but I also don't really. The fact that we have more 2-drops in this build means the ramp creatures are like a little bit less necessary to lean on, if that makes sense. Second Winota. Yeah, let's play one more. I like this list. Let's wrap up with one more. Make this a nice long set. I think this is one of the better decks in the format right now. I think it has the tools to be competitive in a lot of different places. Maybe we should end on a high note with the blue-white matchup. Second. The extra Winota is real good. Real good. Should have gone out on top, chat. Should have gone out on top. I don't mulligan to 5 here real quick. Croaky refuses to play anything with Winota. That's weird. He usually likes playing the best decks. He also likes to say things to get people riled up, regardless of how accurate they are. It's like part of his shtick. How'd the Green Ulamog deck run? It was not very good. Opponent probably playing something similar to the Bant Ramp deck we played yesterday. That is not the Winota I wanted for Christmas. He doesn't like the luck involved in Winota. Lukewarm take. This is one of the most consistent decks in the format. Alright, we need our gal, chat. We need our gal. Hey, that's like a roundabout version of our gal. Means any creature we draw next turn. And unlike most aggro decks, we're not just dead to Kenrith gaining them a bunch of life because, we can deal just incredible amounts of damage. Any creature here, please. Feels magic, man. Feels magic, man. Fauna Shaman's been playable. I'm hesitant to call it good, but it's been playable. Oh, they get to put counters on all of these and eat my goblins, huh? Yeah, this attack is bad on my part. I forgot about this. So I should have just attacked with one goblin. I lost goblins in this attack. I like the opponent taking the opportunity to block a bunch of stuff here too. I think that's very smart. Yeah, opponent played this really well, and I did not. So our Winotas are now less effective next turn if I finally draw them, and I had to pay for life that could be relevant to them attacking me. Kenny seems like an unplayable box stopper, right? Don't Legion Warboss goblins have to attack? No, just the one that gets made that turn has to attack. It's not Goblin Ruinblaster. Oh, Magic sucks sometimes. It's what Crokey's meant when he says he doesn't like the randomness of Winota. Yes, he was talking about Magic inherently being a high variance crapshoot. That the third land in a row, fourth land in a row. It's like literally any spell. Literally any spell. I mean, I guess they also haven't drawn Ulamog, but like they only have 4 Ulamogs. I mean, the opponent's deck is designed to flood, though. Like, their deck is like 2/3 mana. Grokries went on about how utterly stupid you would have to be to attempt to play Magic for a living if the outcome of your games matters at all. Yes! Magic is incredibly high variance. It's a game where the best players in the world are considered very good for having, 65% win rates. I mean, people play poker for a living. Lukewarm take. Poker is much lower variance than Magic, and the payouts are higher. I'm pretty sure we win this game by taking every Marauders possible, so... Give Winota haste here. It's basically gambling for a living, but the house edge is huge and the pot is miserably small. Yep. Well, I mean, that worked out. Look at that. Incredibly unlucky, it didn't matter. Definitely in for my blasters here. Guess I'll board into Ceratops the last card. I don't really want Knight of Autumn or anything else. Good job. Good job, Fauna Shaman. Can we pour one out for Fauna Shaman, chat? I appreciate you, Fauna Shaman. Fauna Shaman. Fauna Shaman. Do. What did Fauna Shaman do? It turned an elf into a Winota. We drew 4 straight lands in a row before it did that, but we eventually drew a creature, and then we Winoted them. My Winota. Sure, let's just be professional and draw an elf on one. Never forget, this stream was pre-recorded in front of a live Twitch audience. Listen, chat, I'd be on the draw every single game if being on the draw meant I always got to play an elf on one. Earned that on the tour, what IQ? God, we played so many IQs, Kent. So many IQs. My Winota. Let me deal damage. Let me deal damage. Let me deal damage. Let me deal damage. Thank you. Come again. Casual, -117 on turn 3. No bigs. No bigs. All right, look at that. And we thought we weren't going to get to end on a high note. We thought we weren't going to get to end on a high note. You love to see it. Yeah, I think I'm going to update the list on the site to this one. I think I'm sold on Companion, Fauna Shaman, and Thalia. While Domri was fine and useful in different situations, I think I like what we have going on here. I kind of want to put another Ruinblaster in the sideboard. I kind of want to put another Ruinblaster in the sideboard. What if I cut these Remorseful Clerics, or just like plus a Ruinblaster, like plus a Baffling End? Like, I feel against the Lurrus decks, I'd really like 6 removal. I think I like this. I think we're gonna update the list on the site to this 75 after I'm done today. If you're looking for an aggro deck in the format, if you're looking for a good linering deck, I think this one's great. I think it's got good aggressive draws without the combo, and sometimes you just like draw Winota and just kill them. So feels real good. Ancient Ziggurat as a 4X has been fantastic. So with a different deck, the deadweight match. So the cleric was good against deadweight, but Baffling End would also be good against that there. So yeah, Fauna Shaman was appropriate. I'm hesitant to call it good, but it was useful. Yeah, like this is, I think it's like a monster style aggro deck that also has a random combo kill in it sometimes. I think this deck's reasonable against the Jeskai Luka decks. I think Thalia specifically gives you a lot of time that you need in those matchups, and I think especially on the play, you tend to run them down pretty consistently, and on the draw, you're not just dead. All right, I'm going to hit a quick ad roll before we dive on into the next one, but when we get back, we are going to kick the tires on some Jeskai taking turns featuring not only 4 copies of Nexus of Fate here, but also 4 copies of Karn Temporal Sundering as well. So we're going to take all of the turns when we get back. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for hanging out today, folks.